And we are live.
Oh,
Good evening, everybody. We are going to go ahead and get started with day 3 of learning how to do these milliliters, and we have some fun stuff for us to do today. So let's hop over into the play space, and as usual, we have our wonderful assistant, Kira, who's joining us. Go ahead and say hi, everybody, Kira.
what's up, y'all? I'm here per usual. You're
Uh,
not missing out on me.
of course not. We can never miss out on Kira. So let's go ahead and get Kira some ability for some remote control too. There we go. Go ahead and test it out for me today, Kara. Okay, perfect. So, as we went over yesterday, we had a lot of fun revisiting the shapes, the teaspoons, centiliters, tablespoons, and placing values into our play space. So, I hope you went out and did a lot of practice with that and made use of the materials that we provided and even made your own, got your snap blocks, had a lot of fun with that. Now we can jump back into this activity over here. And today we're going to be doing some addition and subtraction
Hmm. Okay.
using using these pieces. All right. So as we went over before, just a quick review of our shapes. We have our milliliters right here, teaspoons that have 5 milliliters inside of them. We have a centiliter that has 10 milliliters, and a tablespoon that has 15 milliliters. Okay, and this is where all of our groups go. All the milliliters will go inside of the milliliters column. Teaspoons will go inside of the teaspoons column. Centiliters will go inside of the centiliters column, and tablespoons will go inside of the tablespoons column, otherwise known as beakers. All right. And Kira, say for example, if we had 5 milliliters inside of our dropper like this, how will we carry them all into the next cup? What is that called?
That's called clear and carry.
Very
So
good.
we clear
Clear.
our droplets and carry in a teaspoon into the teaspoon beaker.
Excellent. That's our clear and carry. Okay. So, I think we went over everything, right, Kira?
Hmm. Yeah, I think we're good.
All right. So,
Let's get ready to rumble!
That one always catches me off guard.
say again.
That one always catches me off guard. I'll be like, what's that? Oh, the soundboard.
All right. So, let's get ready to rumble, people. First off, what we're going to do, we're going to clear out or make this value here disappear before we get into the meat of today's activity. What we're going to do is we're going to make use of the same clear carry system that we used last lesson. We're going to make use of the clear carry system so that we can add these units together. It'll work just like counting. Okay, so say for example we had 3 milliliters put together with 2 milliliters. Okay, what you would do is you would start out, same as the number recognition, you would find the shape that can make 3 milliliters. In this case, the only shape that can build 3 milliliters is the milliliter right here. So we'll bring out 1, 2, 3 milliliters into our play space. Now, after we have our 3 milliliters, we need to add 2 more. So we'll just carry in 1, 2 milliliters into our play space, which would then give us our value of 5 milliliters. Are we done yet, Kira?
No, we're not, because we have
What?
to do the clear and carry method.
Uh,
So what we're gonna do is clear our droplets and carry in a teaspoon.
Excellent. So we'll go ahead and clear our
Instead of
droplets, carry them into the teaspoon beaker, and then now we have our finished answer of 1 teaspoon uh, and nothing else, 0 milliliters. So now we have our answer of just 1 teaspoon. Okay? So another example. Let's say for example we had, let me bring this back. Give me 1 second. let's say we had 7 milliliters plus 6 milliliters. All right, let's just make that a little bit smaller so it'll all fit. Perfect. All right, so we have 7 milliliters plus 6 milliliters. So, again, same deal. The way we do that is we would start out with our 7 milliliters first and place those units. So we would place in 1 teaspoon. Then, to finish it, we can keep on counting up. 6 milliliters, 7 milliliters. All right. Now, moving on, we have our 6 milliliter pieces, or our 6 milliliters that we need to add to the 7. So, what we might be tempted to add in 1 teaspoon and 1 milliliter into our play space. Now, this is really close. Our value is correct quantity-wise, but the placement isn't quite where it needs to be. Because if we were filling up this actual beaker with the teaspoons, then we run the risk of spilling something in transportation. Or if it's a dangerous substance, we might explode. All right, so we're going to instead of placing the teaspoons directly inside of the teaspoon beaker, we're going to start out by pouring 1 teaspoon into the centiliter beaker and then moving the teaspoon into the centiliter beaker as well so that we can make our 1 centiliter. All right. Then we can keep on moving right along by adding the rest of 6 milliliters, so we can count up from 5 to 6, and this will be our answer. We would have 1 centiliter and 3 milliliters. All right. So, again, as we saw from yesterday's lesson, this is really the clear carry system, how we've typically done before. So it's no different when counting. All right. Now we're going to go through a couple of examples. So let's start out with 3 milliliters plus 4 milliliters. Okay. Oh, we want to make that 4. All right. So Kira, can you go ahead and show us how we would write this out? How we would solve 4 milliliters plus, how we would solve 3 milliliters plus 4 milliliters?
All right, I got you. All right, you all. So there we go. Relinquish control. There we go. All right, so first we'll start off with 3 milliliters. So first, we just go down the list. We know a tablespoon can't fit into 3, a centiliter cannot fit into 3, and a teaspoon cannot fit into 3 because a teaspoon consists of 5 milliliters itself. So we'll have to go to our dropper. So in this case, we're going to put in 3 drops into our dropper. So we do that. So it'd be 1, 2, and then 3. And then now we're done with that. So next, we're gonna go with our 4 milliliters. All right, 4 milliliters, that means we'll have to first go down again to our droplets because a teaspoon is close, but it holds 5 milliliters. So go down to our droplets. We know we can fit 2 more milliliters, which is half of 4, into our dropper. Oh, where'd that go? Oh, there we go, a little delay. But we know we can add 2 more milliliters into our dropper, which is half the 4. And that'll give us a teaspoon because it holds 5 milliliters. So we'll clear that. And then we'll carry in a teaspoon. And then don't forget that we have 2 more droplets left because we only used the 2 out of the 4. So that means we'll go back to our milliliter droplets. And then we'll grab 2. So it'd be 1 and then 2. Therefore giving us 1 teaspoon and 2 milliliters.
Perfect. That was great.
Yeah. Or in total, 7 milliliters. You know.
Excellent. That is 100% correct. So, let's wait for the saving screen to pass. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewind a little bit.
Okay.
And I'm going to come back here to our 3 milliliters because I want to show everybody a little shortcut. Now, don't feel pressured to include this now. We'll have some more fun with this as we continue to play and get used to the game in the future. But this can be a little trick that can help you with your calculations and make them a lot easier. Okay? So, we know we already have our 3 milliliters onto our play space. Thank you for placing this for us, Ms. Kira. Now we need to add 4 milliliters. And as Kira showcased, we went through 1, 2 milliliters, and then we did the cool clear carry system. But what we can do is we can look what other value is close to 4 milliliters. Kira, what would that be? Which of these units are close?
That'll be a teaspoon, which holds 5 milliliters.
Awesome. So how much more is 1 teaspoon or 5 milliliters to 4 milliliters?
That's only 1 more milliliter.
1 more. Excellent. So what we can do is that we can add in 5 milliliters or 1 teaspoon into our centiliters, or no, into our teaspoon space, excuse me. All right. And we know that we have too many milliliters. That almost rhymed. 1 too many milliliters. That's a little hard to say. In our teaspoon space. So now we need to take away 1 milliliter.
Mm-hmm.
We had 1 too many inside of our teaspoons. So we took one away inside of the milliliters. So now we're left with our answer of 1 teaspoon and 2 milliliters, which will give an also known as 7 milliliters. This is the exact same answer we got using the traditional clear carry system. So that's just a little trick for as you continue to get more advanced, and it's a little trick we can use that'll help make addition a lot easier in the picture system. Okay.
Right.
So as we move along, let's go ahead and hop into another one. Okay. Let's do 7 milliliters plus 6 milliliters. Okay. So Kira, could you show us how we would get this knocked out?
Okay. So first off, let's start with, hold on, it's doing its thing. Why is it not? There we go. So first off, let's start with 7 milliliters. Okay. So let's go down the list. We know a tablespoon holds 15 milliliters. We can't do that. A centiliter holds 10 milliliters. A teaspoon holds 5, and a milliliter is a single milliliter. Now, I'm going to go with what Mr. Bird did to see if I can grasp the understanding, because I feel like I understand it, and I can see if I can demonstrate that. So we have 7 milliliters, okay? And we know, well, he was talking about the closest value, but we know we have plus 6 milliliters. And we know that it's going to be over 10. So what we can do is we can drag our centiliters into the centiliter beaker. There we go. Because it holds 10 milliliters. So now we have a total of 10 milliliters out the way. Now, of course, that could make things a little complicated for new people. I was just thinking of that. But I'm going to keep it going.
Yeah, keep on having fun with it.
Yep. Okay. So you have 10 milliliters. So we know 7 plus 6 is 13. At least we can count it out. And we have 10. So that means we're going to need 3 more milliliters. So what we're going to do is take the individual milliliter and drop that into the dropper. And then that'll give us a centiliter and 3 milliliters. But this is highly advised for people who are like already over the beginner level, because I just realized how complicated that could be already.
Yes, it can be. But in another way to think about it, and this is more for you, Kira, than it is for everybody else at home, is when it can be a little difficult if we know that our answer is going to be larger than 10. Let's say, for example, that we just start with 7. Let's stick with one number at a time. So we have 7 milliliters. We know that 7 is 3 less than 10. All right. So we'll just know that we need to take away 3 pieces, or take away 3 milliliters in our dropper. All right. When we do inevitably have something inside of it. All right. So then with that, we can bring in our 6 milliliters, which is 1 teaspoon, 1 milliliter. But now we don't have enough milliliters to take away 3 from in our milliliters puzzle. So Kira, what do you think we could do to solve that so that we can take away those 3?
Well, of course, we can't take away from the milliliters because we only have one. So then we'll move over to teaspoons and take away from the teaspoons. So 5 minus 3 would be 2. So what we would do is clear, let me do it, clear the teaspoon and carry in 2 milliliters into the dropper, presuming we took away 3 from the 5. Uh-oh, I had an extra one. I'm just gonna add that down there. There we go.
All right, excellent. I love your way of thinking. Though you skipped a step that I'm going to show you, and you didn't know the step because I never taught it to you, so don't blame yourself for that. All right. And we're gonna go over this a little bit more and have some more fun with it. You are 100% on the mark when it comes to clearing the teaspoon.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of carrying in only 2 milliliters, we're going to carry in 5.
Okay.
This is called breaking in the Bittring system. Because we took a group of 5 milliliters in a teaspoon, and then we broke it into 5 individual milliliter parts. All right. So now with this broken, what we can do is we can then take away, or do we have enough milliliters now to subtract 3 milliliters?
2, because we now have a total of 6 milliliters.
Excellent. So we're going to clear away 3 milliliters. And now what answer are we left with?
So we'll still have the answer of 1 centiliter and 3 milliliters.
100%. That is 100%. All right. So we have 1 centiliter and 3 milliliters. All right. Is that making sense?
Yeah, we got it. I was thinking of breaking it up at first, but I was like, oh wait, we don't have enough space for the droplets to fit in the milliliter dropper. So I was like, okay.
Well, you are right. We wouldn't be able to overfill the milliliter dropper in reality, but because we're playing a game here and we have the interface, we can use it to help make our life easier. Okay.
All right.
When we get out there in the fields, we'll know all these rules by then, and then we can just apply them as we need to. Okay. But I'm having some fun with the subtraction, so we're going to go over that just a little bit more, so we can go over the whole breaking and erasing system, because this will also help you with grouping into larger quantities in the future, or if you're writing on paper. So this will be a good skill to learn. Okay.
Okay.
And a matter of fact, even before we go into that, we're actually going to hold that as a lesson in the future for other learners. Right now, everyone else just needs to focus on addition. So we're going to do some more addition puzzles for those of us at home who are following along. Okay. So let's try this. Let's do 10 milliliters plus 8 milliliters. Everyone at home, please feel free to follow along. Go ahead and pause now so that you can do this yourself. And then come back and watch us play through it. Okay?
All right.
So, Kira, how will we do 10 milliliters plus 8 milliliters?
All right. Putting them on giving a little challenge here, but it's going to be really simple. All right. So first off, we have 10 milliliters plus 8. Now, simply enough, we know that that's 18. So we know our highest amount is a tablespoon, and that holds 15 milliliters. So what we can do is, oh, why is it? There we go. What we can do is drag that into the tablespoon column. And then we know we need 3 more additional milliliters. So what we're going to do is drag 3 into the dropper. So then that'll give us a tablespoon and 3 milliliters.
Excellent. That is correct. But I want to show you something here. It's very important that we play through the game in a specific direction, or that we follow through the rules. Say again?
That we take it slow.
Not only that we take it slow, but while the game may seem simple in the beginning, it will really help us out when values get more complicated, okay? Because let's say we have, I need to make this a little bit bigger if we're going to go through this puzzle. Let's say that we have 845 milliliters plus 1048 milliliters. All right. Okay. Do you know what the answer to this is offhand?
So the answer would be 1,892 milliliters.
That's very impressive. You were very close. It would be 1,893 milliliters. But
oh, you're right.
That was very, very close. I'm very impressed. But
all right.
Okay, so how many cups are inside of this amount?
I'm not telling you that.
Or how many quarts, right? So in future lessons, we'll be able to tell how many quarts are inside of this. But if we just look at the answer in our head and then try to place it without going through these steps or knowing the rules or making use of the interface to help us, then it can make our jobs a lot harder.
All
right. So it's very important that in the future, we continue to just go ahead and place what we see and go through the clear carry methods again, because this is for everyone learning as well. And we have to get these rules to the game down so we can get to more advanced stuff, okay?
Can I do it the other way then? Like the way you just recommended?
Sure. Of course. I'm not going to stop you. Have fun.
So we're going to start from scratch, okay? Gonna do it the easier way or the simpler way. Everyone has their preferences. So first, we're going to go through it as we see it. So first we have 10 milliliters. Now, of course, previously, we know a tablespoon has 15 milliliters, but a centiliter has 10. So that's perfect. So what we can do is we're going to copy that. Why does it do this to me?
Remember, only hold Alt, not Control Alt.
There we go. All right. All right. So we have 1 centiliter, which gives us 10 milliliters. So then we move on to our 8 milliliters. Now we know if another centiliter would be too high because it's 10. So we go down to our teaspoon, which holds 5. 5 can go into 8 once. So what we're going to do is, I just did something, my bad. There we go. So what we're going to do is drag a teaspoon into the teaspoon beaker. So that's 5 out of the 8, but we need 3 more milliliters. So what we're going to do is drag these individual milliliters into our dropper. 1, 2, hold on. 1, 1, 2, 3. There we go. So now, is this all we can do? No, it's not. Because, listen here. So we have 3 teaspoons, and we know 3 teaspoons can make a tablespoon. So what we're going to do is carry over the centiliters and put it into the tablespoon beaker. And then we're going to bring over the teaspoon, walk that over across the room, and then pour it into the tablespoon beaker to give us 15 milliliters. And then, hear that? And then we'll be left with 1 tablespoon and 3 milliliters. Boom.
Excellent. That is perfect. Oops. Excellent job. So yes, we would be left with 1 tablespoon and 3 milliliters. All right. So we're going to go through one more exercise because right now we've only been adding using milliliters. But we can add using different values as well. So let's do 2 teaspoons plus, let's say, 11 milliliters.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Nope, we're going to leave it just like that.
2 teaspoons plus 11 milliliters.
Yes.
All right. I can walk y'all through this. Let me get started. First, we're going to start with 2 teaspoons. Be careful. Remember, teaspoons, not milliliters. So what we're going to do is, we know that since it's 2 teaspoons is just a centiliter. So we'll bring that over into the centiliter beaker. And then we have 11 milliliters. Now we go down the list. Can 15 go into 11? No, it cannot. Can 10 go into 11? It can, and that 10 being another centiliter. So this is where things are going to get a little iffy. So we can't fit 2 more centiliters into the beaker. So what we're going to have to do is move over our centiliters that we already had into tablespoons, and then leave the additional in, well, actually I can represent that better. There we go. So first we're going to move that centiliter into tablespoons, and then bring down the centiliters into the centiliter beaker to fit that all. Now we have 10. So we need 1 more to make 11. So we put 1 milliliter into the dropper. Also, we could also break this up, break the centiliter into 1 separate piece, or 2 separate pieces. Yeah. And then, oh, how did I do that last time? It's okay. So we can break that up into 2 teaspoons, put 1 in the tablespoon column, and then put 1 into the teaspoon column to give us 1 tablespoon, 1 teaspoon, and 1 milliliter.
Excellent. Excellent job. All right. So, and I'll go ahead and build off of what Kira did. You did an excellent job. Thank you for that explanation.
Mm-hmm.
What we're doing when we're adding unlike values together, like 2 teaspoons to 11 milliliters, is we're just placing them into the play space to start. We don't need to worry. As long as we don't overfill a beaker, everything is fine. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to start out by placing 2 teaspoons, and 2 teaspoons are 1 milliliter. So, or not 1 milliliter, 2 teaspoons are 1 centiliter. So we'll go ahead and place that into the centiliters beaker. And now we need to add 11 milliliters. Now there are a couple different ways you can do this. You can build up by counting up 1, 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth, milliliters, and build your way up to teaspoons. Or what you can do is you can break this centiliter into 2 parts, into 1 teaspoon and 2 teaspoons. Okay. So what you can, because we can't the centiliter space, the centiliter beaker is 100% full. It can't, nothing else can fill it inside of it. We can't put another 2 centiliters on top.
Definitely.
All right. So what we'll do is that we'll pour the centiliter into the tablespoons beaker, because we have more space over there. And then we know that we have 2 more teaspoons that need to be added. So we'll pour 1 teaspoon into tablespoons to fill it up, and then 1 teaspoon into teaspoons to fill it up.
Mm-hmm.
Then we can add 1 more centiliter, not 1 more centiliter, 1 more milliliter inside of our dropper, which will give us our answer of 1 tablespoon, 1 teaspoon, and 1 milliliter. All right.
Oh, did I put 2 in there by accident?
Did you do what?
Did I put 2 in there previously?
2 and where?
2 milliliters in the milliliter.
I don't think so. I saw 1.
All right. Just had to make sure. I was like, wait, I felt like I put 2 in there. But either way, thank you for elaborating further on what I did.
No problem. And we'll have some more practice with this tomorrow as well, but this is a good starting space for everyone. go out and practice adding different groups of milliliters together, and then even experiment with adding groups of tablespoons, teaspoons, and milliliters together as well. Have some fun with that, and then when we come back tomorrow, we'll dive into some more additions so we can further flesh out these concepts and get a little bit more sound in them. All right?
When are we gonna get to division level?
Division?
Yeah.
Let's eat our vegetables first. We'll get to the fun stuff. We'll get to the cake, but we got to get through these basics first, all right?
All right.
We're going to get there. All right. Thank you for joining us, everyone. I hope you have fun. I know I did. Happy learning.
Happy learning. Mm-mm.